How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. As always, happy and safe at home. Thank you so much for all the love, for all the feedback, for sharing your ideas, and most importantly, investing your valuable time with us. That means a lot to us. Thank you so much. And it's indeed pleasure to welcoming you all in this third episode of Embracing the Emotions. Today we're going to talk about something we've been doing this for a very long time, and sometimes we do to ourselves, sometimes we do it for others. And what is this? This is shame. Yes, shame. And I refer it to as an act of self-terrorism. Yeah, it's knowingly or unknowingly we have constantly terrorized ourselves with shame. So what is this shame? What is this all about? We have it in us, but we don't term it as shame. It's collectively called as shame. So what is this? It's a feeling, it's an existing feeling of unworthiness, inadequacy, not important, like that, as if you are unimportant. That is shame. Do we do it? Have you felt it? Are we doing it for yourself? Have you ever done it for others? We all have done, subtly, unconsciously, consciously, so many times we have done. Imagine your childhood, and so many times parents, for whatever reasons, they would have told, you're not worthy, you don't deserve this, it's better you die, you don't exist for me. What is this? You're not being obedient. You just are not worth of whatever I'm giving. There are so many times as parents, as elders, for whatever reasons, whether they were not upset, they were angry, or had a lot of mood swings, these statements, so many of us have heard when we are child. And what happens as we grow? As we grow in our teenagers, these statements are so buried. And as we grow in our 20s and 30s, when we try to succeed in something, maybe it's career or it's in relationships, whatever it is, if we fail, if we constantly fail, these statements that we have heard in our childhood, in our adolescent age, we sometimes start to believe them when we see failures in our life. And there is a kind of self-doubt that has been there inside us, and that is growing deeply now because of our failures. So this constant failure and constant negative self-criticism ends up to something called as shame. We start shaming ourselves. We start believing in those words that all that we have heard in our childhood or in our adolescent age. We start feeling, yes, maybe I'm worthless. Yes, maybe I'm not important. I'm not worthy. I'm inadequate. I don't deserve this. We start telling these statements to us because of our small failures. Yes, these are small failures. We don't see these thoughts become so strong that we stop seeing the positive aspects of our life or the positive characters of ourselves. And sometimes we also do this to others. Maybe to your child, maybe to your friend, maybe to your siblings, maybe to our parents. We keep doing that. And we don't know how it impacts the other person, how deep it could go. So, and such scars, whether it's from childhood or adolescent phase or adult phase, it leaves a very, very powerful and strong impact on the individual, on the person, till they rest in peace. That's reality. Those scars never go. So, what do we do? Because this shame, this self-criticism is so powerful, so impactful that it sometimes leads to lots of anger, stress. We just want to disappear. We We want to disappear to any place where people are not there. We don't want to contact people. We don't want any interaction. There is so much of anxiety in us, and we don't know what to do. In extreme conditions, you will not agree, things lead to suicide, and that is very natural because there is so much of self-criticism, self-doubt, demeaning ourselves, that it just feels that life is not worth, and people end up doing suicides. And this is not right, actually, isn't it? Just because somebody else is saying something doesn't mean you start believing it, and then you take an extreme step like this. The degree to which this shame goes is totally dependent on the person, on the different circumstances that person has seen in his life, or the different scenarios and different expectations of her from herself or from the society or from the family. When they are not met, it leads to a lot of self-shame and constantly brooding about it, constantly worrying, not seeing the good things in life. So we start demeaning ourselves. We just start dishonoring ourselves. We are not looking at the brighter side. So this is what usually happens when it comes to anger, when it comes to shame. And shame leads to lots of anxiety, stress, sleep disorders, everything. And most of the times people go off to a lone state. They just don't want any kind of interactions. They don't connect socially. They don't connect within the family itself. So, what do we do to handle this? Because it's such a big thing, and it's not like it's some episode that happens and it goes away. No, it's from childhood. It leaves a scar, and whatever we do and whatever we say, nothing gets compensated. So, what do we do now? We all go through this. We all go through this on a daily basis. So, what should we do? What kind of habit should we have? So, typically, when somebody is going through shame, it is usually told or advised that a counselor or a therapist is the biggest help, because usually people don't open up about all this to their known people, because they have this fear of being judged and fear of taken for granted and everything. So people have this little hiccups and inhibitions to open up to their loved ones, whether it's parents, teachers, or anybody for that matter. So it is very difficult for people to open up and talk to the known one. So it is better to always go to a counselor or a therapist. So, if possible, that's the first priority needs to be given. But if you want to try this or take that first step all by yourself, I have few things that I've learned from my mentor and learned from what I have tried sometimes to practice. Yes, it is difficult, and that too if you're not practicing from a childhood, it is difficult to make it a habit or think in this perspective, but you can give it a try definitely. And I've been on and off trying. Sometimes it has definitely worked. Sometimes it has not worked because of multiple reasons, because of different scenarios at home, or because of my mood swings. So many reasons this has not worked. But there are multiple times when I have pushed myself to work on this, and I have come out of this in certain scenarios. So, what do we do now? The first thing that you can do is consider this shame as another person, and put this shame opposite to you and put it in a spot, and ask that shame, how can you say something like that about me? When you consider it as another person, it is easy to question the shame again. So question it again, because you know yourself, right? Who knows you better? It's you. You got to be your best friend, right? So you know it better. Shame can't do anything to you. So put this shame as another person and question it. Put it in a spot. And you be the king for yourself or the queen for yourself. That is when you will be able to see the positive in you and get rid of all these negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative vibes. Just get this out of the system. Vent, yell, cry, do whatever you want. Just get it out of your system, because it is toxic. It will impact your physical body, mental health, everything it impacts. So this is one thing you can do. Next, what you can do is just untangle yourself. Don't be too much tangled with thinking so deep, so far. It's okay, think for today. It's okay what happens tomorrow, we all don't know. It's okay, just think for today. Don't think so deep. And be conscious about what triggers this episode. Because it's not like 24/7 we are constantly like that. It is some moments, some conversations, some talk, or some thoughts that triggers this episode of self-doubts and shame. So I would want you to be conscious about these triggers, and the moment you feel that, just get away from the place. Start drinking water or do something that is totally opposite. So what happens, it helps you to distract from the feelings and the emotions and the vibes that you're getting. So consciously you can do this. Be friendly to yourself. It's okay to fail. It's okay to be silly. It's okay not to have big achievements and big success in life. It's okay. It's okay to lead a simple, happy and content life. That is more important. You should see what brings happiness for you. You should see the good in you. That is more important. All of us, when we were made with lot of flaws, lot of plus, lot of minus. Just because somebody is good doesn't mean they're always good. Even they have flaws. So look at from that perspective. I have multiple flaws. I openly agree to that. I have multiple flaws, but there is some goodness in me that I always look up to, that I will always cling upon whenever I'm down. I always say to that myself, it's okay, Ila, you just need to carry on. You have so much of goodness in you. So you need to start looking and appreciating yourself. That is more important. What you talk to yourself matters a lot. And that is what will bring peace. And that is when you can make peace with the shame, and slowly with time and with a lot of process and time investment, this will get rid of yourself. It is not that we can't deal with it because we've been 30s and 40s, just because we've been with this for years. It's not that we can't deal with this. We can deal with this. So I hope this episode is helpful for you in some way or the other. If you feel like talking, if you need someone's help, we are always there. We do all types of counseling and we are here to help you. We are just here to help you out. Anytime, we're just one call away. Okay? Thank you so much for all the love and feedback. Every time we post, we really eagerly wait for your feedback, how you feel, what should be done and what should not be done. The way you guys give us feedback, it really means a lot to us. Thank you so much and have a great day.